deadly fatal disease which struck fear in many of us a decade ago, Ebola.
Our Taylor Johnson tells us the unique story of a doctor turned patient, marking a milestone for himself and Nebraska.
Celebrating life after battling a deadly disease.
10 years ago yesterday was the day I got out of the hospital.
On September 25th, 2014, Dr. Richard Sacra walked out of Nebraska Medicine. He was treated for Ebola for nearly 3 weeks. He caught it while treating Ebola patients in Liberia.
That would have been like September 3rd and 4th. I was pretty sick, and I was feeling pretty bad. But God gave me a real sense of peace, even when I was feeling pretty sick.
His symptoms, chills and a high fever, got worse, leading him to Nebraska Medicine's biocontainment unit with 2 other patients.
We have one of the original biocontainment units in the United States. It was actually built in 2005.
While the unit hadn't seen such a level of illness before Ebola, they were trained and ready for any unprecedented time, including the COVID pandemic.
To have that team in place, to have some of our process of the things just active and practiced became a very important asset in 2020 when there were a lot of unknowns.
A celebration Thursday brought back memories he could only make in Nebraska.
Somebody's mom cooked runzas and brought them into the unit for me so I could taste what runzas were like.
Attendees also remembering the life of Dr. Martin Salia, who died from the virus. Dr. Sacra's biggest memory:
they just did such an amazing job, and I will always appreciate them.
On your side in Omaha, Taylor Johnson, 6 News.
And the doctor says since being released from the hospital a decade ago, he continued his mission work in Liberia. Over the last 2 years, he's been back home in Massachusetts with his family.
A jury